Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. 2021 was one of the best years for anime in a long time, with two outstanding seasons of anime and two more that were pretty good in their own right. Winter season started us off with the first half of the final season of Attack on Titan, the amazing romance Horimiya, and three of the best isekai of all time. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Re:Zero, and Mushoku Tensei. Slime blew us away with comedy and one of the most epic scenes I've ever seen in anime, while Subaru's suffering and plotting finally seemed to come to some fruition in Re:Zero. But Mushoku Tensei took our breath away with stunning visuals, realistic relationships, an amazing story, and some of the best animation in a seasonal show I've ever seen. Not to be outdone, spring rolled around and gave us Odd Taxi, one of the best anime of the year. 86 gave us the first good mecha anime in who knows how long. Nagatoro made us admit that a sub-dom relationship might not be such a bad thing, while Fruits Baskets made us cry. Again. Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent showed us what an isekai can be like when it's a josei instead of a shonen, and Nomad proved that even stories we thought were complete can still leave an impact. Summer, though not as amazing as spring or winter, was still a pretty good season. KyoAni proved that despite horrific setbacks, they still got it. No one can make you happy cry like Kyoto Animation. Girlfriend Girlfriend showed us you don't need brain cells to be happy. Realist Hero proved you don't need good action to have a great isekai, while the second core of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2 broke the internet by turning a tsundere dragon into a total weeb. Princess Fina finally answered the age-old question of who would win in a fight, pirates or ninjas, and Jahi got the chance to show us how great she truly is. At first glance, fall did not live up to the hype of winter or spring, but the second core of Mushoku Tensei would like to argue that point. Tacto P Destiny is an anime that, in concept, shouldn't work, but is still a blast to watch, with moments of pure adrenaline and zen-like beauty, and, of course, the best soundtrack of all time. Blue Period is gorgeous and stab you in the feels good, while Banished from the Hero's Party shows us that even if you're an overpowered protagonist, you still have to take care of your mental health. Even The Vampire Dies in No Time and My Senpai is Annoying are absolutely hilarious. But the real winner of the fall season has manga fans finally getting to tell anime-only watchers, I told you so. Komi Can't Communicate is funny, endearing, adorable, tear-jerking, and perfect, just like Komi. Continue to worship her in all her glory, and one day you may find yourself worthy to read the manga. So how could next year possibly be better? What anime could possibly beat the powerhouse that was 2021? Well, to start, we're getting the finale to Attack on Titan this winter, along with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6, Stone Ocean. Though the anime community is super hyped for both of these series, neither of them are that exciting to me. I still need to finish Season 3 of Attack on Titan, and I'm not at all caught up on JoJo's. On top of that, we're finally getting the animation adaptation for Requiem of the Rose King, which is basically a shoujo horror retelling of Shakespeare's Richard III. And not just Richard III, the entire Henriette. If you'd like to know more about this series, watch the video I did on it explaining the backstory and what you can expect from the anime. Link in the upper right-hand corner. The one I'm most hyped for this winter is My Dress Up Darling. We knew an anime was in production last year, but just look at how gorgeous this is. For those unfamiliar, the Japanese title basically translates to The Porcelain Doll Who Fell in Love. It tells the story of a shy apprentice dollmaker traumatized at a young age after being bullied for loving traditional Japanese dolls, and how he grows as a person after his secret is revealed to the energetic gal, Kitagawa Merin. She reveals that she wants to cosplay as her favorite character from an eroge game, but lacks the skills to make the costume. And so begins their journey as cosplay model and supporter, and just like the title, romance soon blossoms. But the best part about this series is how it challenges gender norms. The idea that only women can like dolls or only men can enjoy naughty stuff is outdated and silly. Winter is also bringing us the second season of Demon Slayer and how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. I never got into Demon Slayer, but I know plenty of people are excited for it. Realist Hero, on the other hand, is an awesome light novel series with an interesting premise and wonderful characters. It's fun to watch an isekai where the main character is using their intelligence and education to solve problems, instead of some cheat ability. Not to be outdone, next spring is bringing us the second season of The Rising of the Shield Hero and the third season of both Ascendance of a Bookworm and Kaguya. If you thought season 2 of Kaguya was hype, wait till this season airs. If my prediction is true, it'll end around volume 14 of the manga. Manga readers, try not to spoil anything. Just sit back and enjoy the anime-only crowd's reaction. To add to the spring season's list of hit shows, we also have Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie, based on an absolutely adorable manga about a high school couple. It's a slow, peaceful slice of life series centered around the badass Shikamori and her clumsy but adorable boyfriend, Izumi. The fun part about this series is instead of the two falling in love, we start out with them already dating. But the anime I'm most excited for is Spy Family, also slated for spring. This is easily one of the best manga currently being published in Shonen Jump. I love everything about this manga. Everything. The characters, the setting, the story, the action, the artwork is absolutely top-notch. You've got a spy who has to go undercover in an enemy country, and to complete his mission he needs a wife and a child. Only all the female agents are either dead, captured, or on other missions. So he needs to find a wife and adopt a child, and he has only a week to do it. The problem is, the wife he finds is secretly an assassin, and the daughter he adopts is secretly a psychic, which leads to scenes that vary between extremely tense to absolute hilarity. Some of the best scenes in the manga are where there are 4 conversations happening at the same time. Lloyd, the spy, is thinking one thing while saying another. Yor, the assassin, is thinking one thing while saying another. And poor Anya, the young psychic, is doing her best not to mix up the conversations in her head with the ones she's hearing. Slated for summer 2022 is The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2. I'm not sure if the new season will be as big of a hit as the first season, but I'm hoping it'll capture at least some of the magic. I'm not sure where the series will end, but I'm guessing around book 6. The first season covered the first 2 books as well as one of the short stories from book 5, and book 6 seems like a good stopping point. Uzumaki looks promising, and should be airing in fall of next year, giving us some creepy horror to watch come Halloween. For once, it looks like an anime studio is finally successful in capturing the otherworld creepiness of Junji Ito's manga. Adding to the fall lineup is the 6th season of My Hero Academia, but I think the one that everyone is hyped for is the final arc of Bleach. The final arc was massive and ponderous, but filled with epic moments. Many of us were upset that the anime was dropped. At the same time, we were also upset at season after season of filler as the anime caught up to the manga, forcing the anime studio to make up stories in the same universe. However, the manga has been complete for almost a decade, so hopefully this season will fly by. And I gotta say, Ichigo and the crew are looking clean in the trailer, and the new rendition of number 1 is sick. But these alone wouldn't guarantee 2022 being better than 2021, of course. So what else is scheduled to be released next year? Though we don't have specific dates, there are several more animes slated for a 2022 release, including Made in Abyss, The Golden City of the Scorching Sun, and Overlord Season 4. Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 2, which may just cover the next 5 volumes of the manga, or it may skip ahead to some rather intense chapters. I know a lot of my friends aren't happy with how the story is currently going, but I get the feeling that something major will happen sooner rather than later. Danmachi will be continuing with a 4th season. Season 3 left poor Belcronell and the Hestia Familia in a bit of a pickle. I haven't had the chance to read Danmachi yet, but it's on my list. I'll get to it eventually, and by all accounts I need to start reading at the beginning, because the anime changed a lot. I'm still rooting for Eyes over Hestia, though. Hestia may have saved Belle and started a Familia with him, but that doesn't obligate Belle to be her toy. He became one of the strongest adventurers in Arario on the back of his feelings of love and admiration for Eyes. Take your string boobs and back off my boy. Bullfrey Season 2 is coming. For those who didn't watch the first season, it's got the feel of an isekai with none of the risk, making it just wholesome fun. It's a cute anime about some kids getting into a new MMO and breaking the game with their shenanigans, causing the developers no end of headaches. Everyone's favorite short stack Kohai returns with more teasing in Uzaki-chan Season 2. I hope we catch up to where the manga is, because watching Uzaki interact with her family is a joy, and the Christmas chapters had me rolling in laughter. A Couple of Cuckoos is seriously the best written harem rom-com I've ever encountered, with realistic and three-dimensional characters, organic relationship building, genuine comedy, and gorgeous artwork. Many people will skip over this one because they're against harem rom-coms, but if you do, you're seriously missing out. 2022 also brings us Love After World Domination, an adorable take on Sentai, where the Red Sentai, the leader of the group of heroes, falls in love with and starts dating one of the lieutenants of the evil organization. 3 volumes of the manga are available digitally on Bookwalker right now. The isekai I'm looking forward to next year is The Eminence in Shadow, or Shadow Garden. Not sure what title they're going to go with, but it's isekai comedy at its finest. The main character, Sid Kagano, is full Chinubio and ends up in a world where he's either the luckiest person alive, constantly able to guess at events happening that he should have no clue about, or he's basically Haruhi. I believe he's basically Haruhi, and like our beloved goddess, has no clue that his will is warping the fabric of reality around him. And finally, what I'm sure will be the biggest anime in 2022, Chainsaw Man. If you haven't read Chainsaw Man, what's wrong with you? Part 1 is complete, and you can read it in its entirety on the Shonen Jump app through Viz. Physical copies of the first few volumes are a pain to get a hold of, but I'm sure it'll get reprinted as we get closer to the anime. For those who don't know, Chainsaw Man is set in a world where devils are real. Devils derive power from fear, and the more humanity fears a thing, the more powerful the demonic representation of that fear becomes. Guns, contracts, manipulation, social anxiety, needles, the future, the afterlife. If there is a fear of it in the hearts of men, there is a devil that is the personification of that fear given form. The series opens with a young orphan, Denji, his only friend a little devil dog with a chainsaw for a nose, Pochita. He works hard to pay off his dead father's debt to the Yakuza when one day the Yakuza all turn into zombies and cut Denji's body to pieces, leaving him in a dumpster. Pochita, saddened by the loss of his friend, becomes Denji's heart, resurrecting Denji as the new Chainsaw Devil. Denji yanks the ripcord coming out of his chest and transforms into Chainsaw Man, cutting down all the zombified Yakuza as well as the zombie devil who transformed them. And this was all just the first chapter of the manga. The series escalates from there, evolving into the most hype and crazy series I've ever read. I read all of Chainsaw Man in a day, and need to read it again so I can do a video on it, explaining just how good of a series this is. With Chainsaw Man airing in 2022, combined with all the other anime we're getting next year, 2021 stands no chance. So what anime are you most excited for next year? What anime has you the most hyped? Leave a comment below. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all again next time.